Again, as a reminder, video recording is not permitted in the interview room. A recording courtesy of Hammond Communications will be available as soon as this news conference is complete at ncaa.com/media. Good afternoon, and please welcome South Carolina Gamecocks head coach Don Staley and student athletes Kaela Davis and Allisha Gray. First, we'll have an opening statement from Coach Staley, and then we'll open it up for questions from our student athletes. Coach?
Well, it was great to get out there and play another game. Seemed like we were off for a long time. I thought our players came out ready to play on both sides of the ball, and it was a really exciting game for us. And we were really up for the challenge of playing Quinnipiac. And I'm glad we get a chance to move on.
Okay, now for our questions for our student athletes only. Again, please state your name and media outlet before each question.
For Kaela and Allisha, what were you guys doing early in the game defensively to shut them down? You started with a 16-0 run, and it seemed like they couldn't do anything on offense.
Name and outlet, please.
Jeff Owens, Spurs and Feathers.
I think our biggest thing was, obviously pressuring outside the three-point line. I've honestly never seen a team that can shoot the ball as well as them. So our biggest thing was just making them put the ball on the floor. And if we had to give up a two, we'd much rather give up a two rather than a three.
And like Coach said, just staying engaged. Like Kaela said, they're a great three-point shooting team, so we try to do our best to run them off the three-point line also.
Cheryl Coward, hoopfeek.com for the players. Even though Quinnipiac had a great run so far in the tournament, a lot of people didn't really know much about them coming into the tournament, and obviously you guys didn't take them for granted. What was your mindset of not taking a mid-major like that for granted and coming out so fast?
Allisha?
When we come out, we play every team the same. Doesn't matter what name is on the jersey, we come out to play. Obviously, they had a good run, but we still got a mission to complete, and that's to make to the Final Four National Championship.
I second that.
Up front here, and then in the back.
Desmond Connor from the Hartford Current. This question is for Kaela. You had a nice offensive game today. Was the basket really big for you out there? Or?
Yeah, I guess so. I think it was just a matter of, getting my feet set, making sure just kind of staying in rhythm. Like Coach said, feels like we've been off for a long time, the gap in between games. But, I think it's just, like I said, just finding a rhythm and staying in rhythm.
Back row, and then up here in front.
Ben Briner, the state newspaper. How much of an emphasis was there just to be able to get off to a fast start, especially after the way the first two NCAA tournament games kind of went?
The main thing for us is to come out strong the first 5 minutes and then take the game from there. We definitely want to stay aggressive and continue playing South Carolina basketball. That's pretty much it.
Kaela?
I second that.
Right here.
Michelle Smith, ESPNW. Kaela, what the Elite Eight game, players through the years have said this is almost one of the hardest games because you're just one step away from the Final Four, which is where everybody wants to get. What are the priorities for an Elite game, for an Elite Eight game, mentally and also from an X's and O's perspective?
Honestly, I have no idea. It's my first time being here, but no, I think it's like I said. We're gonna play basketball. We're gonna play the way that we know how to play. No matter who's in front of us, we have to play hard. We have to come ready to play. No matter who is, as this was today. But for us, it's we're gonna sit here, watch both these teams. It's two really good teams, really experienced teams. But like I said, we're gonna come out and play our game and play hard.
Allisha? Anything?
I second that.
Any final questions for our student athletes? Ladies, again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Now I'd like to open it up for Coach Staley. We'll go right second row.
Hi, Coach. Michelle Smith, ESPNW. Is there something specifically challenging about the Elite Eight round because you're so close to the Final Four at that point?
Yeah, I mean, I think for teams that have a goal of going to the Final Four and winning the national championship, it is that step that can prevent you. Either you can overlook it, not overlook it, but you can, try to get ahead of yourself. I think for us, we just need to stay in character. We need to approach it much like we approach every game of the season, although the stakes are a little bit higher. Just keep it as normal as possible. And the teams that are able to stay the course and keep it normal are the ones that can, open up a game.
Go ahead.
Michael Robertson, hoopfeed.com. So, Coach, you guys started off 9-0 run. They called a timeout. Then you go up 16-0 before they finally scored. Almost a shutout. So, being the type of player you were, how proud of the team were you for the way they played defense?
I was incredibly proud of our team to be able to lock in to the game plan and execute it. I thought we did have a few lulls in the second quarter where we got careless with the basketball, and we also let some shooters loose. They had a really good second quarter, so we have to continue to not have those lapses and put 40-minute games together at this stage of the game, because we'll play another great team on Monday night. And if you allow teams to play to their strengths, they can really make you pay for it.
Ben Briner, the state newspaper. Just defensively, what did you feel like was working and executing in that first quarter?
The biggest thing for us in this particular game is our speed. We wanted to speed them up. We didn't want them, to be comfortable in their sets and, allowing them to read what our defense is, and then staying in front of them, just staying in between them and the basket and not allowing them to get ahead of the possession. Because once they're ahead of the possession, it's hard to fight your way back, and they'll get open threes when it's like that.
Desmond Connor from the Hartford Current. Coach, had a lot of concerns about this team yesterday, but you were also very complimentary of them and getting this far. Where do you see the program going? Do you see them as a team that can be here regularly?
I do, because the style of play at this time of the year, if you're not used to playing this, and we're not, we weren't. We had 4 days to prepare for this style of play, and usually you get, if they advance past the first round, you got 1 day to prepare, and it can catch you off guard. I do think it will help with recruiting, with being in the Sweet 16. I think just it will help other mid-majors know that if you put together some pieces and they work together and have some great team chemistry and they believe in each other, this type of thing can happen on a regular basis.
Krista Blanc, Westwood One Radio. Coach, you've had a handful of games now without Elena in the starting lineup. What are you liking about the team and your starters in particular at this point, and what can they do that maybe they didn't quite have with Elena there?
With Elena out, I think it just leaves a big void. Like, driving lanes are there for us. It gives Asia Wilson an opportunity to work the paint a little bit more and not maybe feel it's so clogged up, although I thought tonight or today they played almost double-teamed her. But for the guards, like a Kaela Davis, I mean, she's getting to the basket a little bit more. Allisha Gray can play more downhill. Bianca Cuevas, thrives off of the space that's left with the void of not having Elena Coates in there. But we do. I mean, we feel from a rebounding and defensive standpoint, we feel her presence missed.
One last question for the coach. Anything? Congratulations, Coach Staley. We'll see you Monday.
Thank you.